Hey everyone, welcome to another studio vlog. My name is Charlotte Rose and I'm an artist and illustrator based in the UK. So I've recently ordered lots of new products for a massive shop update. So this video is going to be packaging and prepping all these products for selling online and also wholesale. So first up is my Leeches jar earrings. I got this design done in pins, earrings and larger necklaces. So I really like these ones. I also got some of these little phrenology heads. Again, these come in a pin, earrings and larger necklaces, as I so beautifully demonstrate just here. I'd say they're a bit bigger than the charms. I wanted all the necklaces in this shop update to be quite big, quite statemented. So here's the large leech jar necklace pendant. So one of my new pins is this little morphine sulfate bottle. This is currently only in pin form. But yeah, I thought this came out really cute. It might be a bit too niche for most people, but I really like it. And I've also got a cocaine hydrochloride version. So this particular collection of new items is quite medicine heavy, but I have got some other stuff as well. So first things first, I have to take the protective layer off of all of the charms and pins, and I also take the rubber back off while I'm doing this as well. This takes quite a while. I've sped this up so much. It takes me quite a long time just because I use a scalpel to take the protective layer off, and I'm concerned about damaging the pins, so I do it with the back edge of the scalpel so that I don't damage any of the pins or charms or anything like that. So after I've done this, I just mount them all to my A7 backing cards, all the pins. I'm going to be doing the jewellery separately because they need to be attached differently. So now all the pins are mounted onto their backing cards with the rubber clutches on. I can start putting them in the little cellophane bags. I use these little A7 biodegradable compostable bags. They're a bit more expensive than regular cellophane bags, but they're a lot better for the environment. So I don't mind spending the extra money on that because I hate single-use plastics, but they're also the best way that I've found so far to keep my stuff protected and to make sure that they arrive safely during shipping and all the rest of it. So next up, I'm putting all the jump rings on the charms for the necklaces. They sent me loads and loads of jump rings with these. I don't really know why. The person packing the order must have just put about 5 or 6 bags of jump rings in with each charm. So there's 10 charms of each design, and each little bag contains 10 jump rings. So I literally needed one bag per design, but I've ended up with about 80 jump rings for some reason. But thank you, because I can use them for other things, so that's great. So yeah, I'm just putting all the jump rings on, prepping them, ready to put the chains on. In my last studio vlog, I didn't quite have enough chain to make up all the necklaces for that batch of products, so I'm going to be finishing all of those as well. I also put the jump rings on the earrings, ready to make those up as well, so they won't take too long once I start. So I look really cat-handed doing this, and I always find it really fiddly, and I'm always like, how do people do this so well without pinging jump rings everywhere and just constantly dropping things? And my friend Kate, who I was working with the other day, pointed out to me that one of the little tools you get in the jewellery making kit with the pliers and stuff is actually for holding the jump rings. It's like a ring, and you wear it and the jump rings go in it so that you don't have to hold them with your fingers. So that makes a lot of sense, and it makes things a hell of a lot easier, and I will definitely be using that tool in the future for the next batch. I didn't know what it was at the time. I saw it and was like, I don't know what the hell that is, and just kind of ignored it and put it to the side. But I didn't throw it away, I've got it, so I will be using that. And thank you, Kate, for showing me. So next I had to add all the chains. I had 20 necklaces from this batch to do, and then I had a load left over from the last ones. I think maybe like 17 from the last batch. So yeah, I had like getting on 40 necklaces to make up. And all I kept thinking was, what if I get a few wholesale orders for the necklaces and earrings? The earrings aren't so bad, but the necklaces, they're quite hard going, they're quite taxing. It's kind of fun, but then when you've got this many to do, it just feels like it takes forever, and it's so fiddly. So I may have to recruit some help from my friends, my lovely friends. So once I'd made up all the necklaces, I could package them too. My technique of packaging the necklaces is to use a hole punch and punch 2 holes in, feed the lobster clasp and the jump ring that it clips to through the back of the card, and then tape down using washi tape. I want to get some little gold stickers or something to use, but I didn't have any, so I was just using washi tape to tape down the chain at the back and then feed the rest of the chain into a little tiny bag that then tapes to the back as well. This is just to stop the necklace moving around loads and like looking really messy. This just makes it look really neat, so if they're in a shop or if somewhere orders these wholesale, they'll arrive all nice and neat and not all over the place, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I just prefer them like this, and this is what they all look like finished and packaged. I wish the A6 cellophane bags fit the cards a lot better. There's like a border, quite a thick border on the top and bottom, and I wish I wasn't, but you know, never mind. So next up, I wanted to take some nice photographs to go on my website and to go in my wholesale catalogue as well. I used this little pop-up light box, photo box, whatever it's called. It's literally just a little plastic box that you unfold and clip together, and it's got 2 LED strip lights on the top, which just plugs into the computer, and it gives really good lighting. So I just use this for small things. Obviously bigger items won't fit in here, like some of my big wooden pieces, but for jewellery and pins and things like that, it's absolutely perfect. I just bought this online. I think it was about £15, I'm not sure. It wasn't a lot at all. And it's been really great, to be honest, because I've only got, my flat is long and thin, and it's only got windows on one side because the back of the flat backs onto people's gardens, so the lighting isn't always great. So I just pop this out. It comes with a load of sort of different coloured sheets that you can hang on the inside to use backgrounds. They're great, and one of them's green, so you can do like a green screen kind of effect, but I never really use them. I just put some fabric down. For these I used my little purple corduroy dress, and it worked really well, and there's a little flap at the top that you can stick your camera in. Once I'd taken all the photos, I just took them into Photoshop and edited them all a bit, just to brighten them up a bit and, you know, get rid of any cat hair that's inevitably going to be on the fabric as the background. Yeah, I'm not an expert in photography or photo editing, but I find that with the Camera Raw editing software in Photoshop, along with my nice expensive camera and the light box, I'm always pretty happy with the photos I get, considering my limited skill set. So here are all the photos taken using the light box. I think they came out really well, and I'm happy with the fabric choice. I think it provides like a nice contrast to the jewellery themselves. And I tried to make it look like the chain has just kind of fallen in place. I don't like them to look too staged, if you know what I mean. And with the pins, I really wanted to take them on a garment, like on a jacket. I've actually got a purple corduroy jacket, which is kind of similar to the fabric I used as a backdrop for the jewellery, but just a bit darker. So I really wanted to try and get some photos like this, but as you can see, I was really struggling to keep in frame and everything. So I actually ended up asking my lovely boyfriend Dan to wear my jacket for me and let me take close-ups of that corner of the jacket with the pins in place, just to see if I could get some nice lifestyle photos and not just laid on a background kind of thing. I think the pins look better photographed on a garment. And so yeah, this is how those photos came out. So after I'd done all this, it was time to package a really exciting order. I actually reached out to the Welcome Collection in London, which is like one of my favourite places on earth, about them potentially stocking my zines. They have a lot of medical exhibitions and things like that there, and I just love it there. And it's been a dream of mine for a really long time to have stuff in the shop there. So me and my mum contacted them and they got back and ordered some zines. So I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait to go up there and photograph them in the shop. I'm just so excited about it. They were really lovely in their emails and they responded quickly, and it was really nice because you don't get that a lot when you're reaching out to people about stocking your stuff. There's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of being ignored, so it was really nice to have that friendly communication for a change. So they ordered 3 different zines and they ordered 5 of each. It wasn't loads, but it's nice and I'm just really excited, and quite often shops will just order a small stock from you just to see how well they sell and all things like that. The Welcome Collection are really big on zines. They've got like a little zine library and everything, and they do a lot of workshops on zines, so it feels like a good place for me to be, and I really hope that they order more from me in the future. But even if they don't, I'm just stoked to be in there even just the once, so super happy about that. So the last thing I wanted to do was getting some tattoo practice, like drawing practice. So I am actually learning to tattoo on the side of running my business. I've got an apprenticeship starting properly sort of later in the year, but I've been given like some homework and stuff by Mel, who is very talented, and I'll pop her Instagram name on the screen, so go give her a follow. So she's basically just told me to just keep drawing, just keep sketching. So I'm doing a few like traditional tattoo ones to start, just because they're simple, and I really like the art style, and I kind of sometimes draw similar to this anyway, so I figured I'd start with that style first. And then I also want to practice some more I guess intricate designs, things like mandalas, and just basically every style that people might want to get tattooed basically. So I've just been following these drawing tutorials. This is for a panther, like a really classic panther climbing up your arm kind of tattoo. It went pretty well, but I made the snout a bit too big, so when I took it into Procreate afterwards to sort of like go over it, because I'm trying to do them all traditionally and digitally so that I can just get used to drawing both. So yeah, when I took this guy into Procreate, I corrected the snout because it was just a little bit too long. On the subject of tattoos, I thought I'd show you some designs I've done for my next couple. So this is my chest piece design. like a bird butterfly with a skull for the body, and this is what it's going to look like coloured. Maybe I'm going to leave the colouring up to Jake a little bit, who I'll tag. But yeah, this is kind of what it's going to look like. I've left some room in the shoulder kind of bit so that I'm thinking of having a couple of cherubs tattooed in like higher up, so yeah. And this is a little cowboy guy that I designed to go on my arm. It's hopefully going to go on my lower arm, sort of between a couple of tattoos that I've got already, but it might go on the other side. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Thank you to anyone who watched the video all the way through, and like and subscribe so you can find out when my next video is out.